All right, now this thing makes me very happy to see. This is a female. She's been on television. You can see her whole story on YouTube. But she came up, however you want to call it, you call it street life or whatever. So she was out there, very beautiful female. But she is out there, she never knew nothing different. And one thing led to another, and she actually shot this guy. But she couldn't really explain why. But her the way he was acting towards her, her intuition was trying to tell her that he's gonna try to kill you. So she just figured, well, I'm gonna get him before he gets me. Essentially, that was her story. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is this. Now y'all gonna have to listen, cause I'm always gonna be me despite the lies, despite the bullshit. We don't care, cause we know God know. That's why Tupac said only God can judge me. I'm not worrying about all this simple shit, cause the more I see it, the more it disgusts me, and it only makes me more resolved. That's why, right or wrong, I gotta respect that gentleman. You gotta respect Pac, cause Pac told you what he felt and what he believed, and he stuck to it for the most part. So now they're going after this other dude. They're saying what's on his mind, but where I come from, you got a right to your opinion. As long as you ain't putting your hands on somebody, or if somebody stepped to you, you handle it like a man. You don't see that too much. Right away, they want to go after this dude's money. Oh, Adidas need to get rid of him and blah blah blah. Listen, bro, if you scared to hear alternative viewpoints, there's something wrong with you. You heard? I don't have to agree with somebody. That don't mean I'm gonna try to take them out and all that just because I don't agree. That's just silly shit. That's the problem with this planet, weak ass motherfuckers. And they always want to get, you gonna meet somebody that's stronger than you and they're willing whatever, and they're not gonna go down. You gonna have to lie and fabricate and all this silly shit because you can't take them out no kind of other way. So that's why I don't change what I do, because I know what I do is on point and in harmony with God. And people that really work with me, they understand that. You got to be a little bit mature to deal with a person like me, because we not on sucker shit. So let's get back to this female. So again, she was in that life, okay? But you got to understand, if the person ain't ever knew nothing, she had relatives that raped her and shit. You understand? So how you going to try to send somebody away for life? But just think of the history of stuff that's been done to us. Proven that there was no justification for taking a black male's life, and these dudes still be walking around with no real jail time or nothing. Barely don't even have nothing on their you understand, nothing on their record. But they actually just took a life of somebody who wasn't doing something. So you got to have the bigger picture, and unfortunately, when you're dealing with small-minded people, you're not gonna get that. But either way, like I told her, me and Thomas More don't always agree. So sometimes Thomas get on what I call cooning, and same thing with Brother D. Then they got a right to say what they say. But you get on cooning. Because like what they did with Meek Mill, now, I knew that was some fake shit. Now, if somebody really got you in jail, there's no way you can get back out if you're really guilty. But when they put somebody in jail and all of a sudden they get back out, it's because them charges was fake anyway. Otherwise, he'd still be in jail. So I knew they was just fucking with Meek. They're going to fuck with any, but he wasn't scared of nobody. He had on his dirt bike, wheeling and shit, because he don't give a fuck. And he was old school. Like we was raised up on a certain code. You can't just say what you want about somebody and think they're not gonna come and get you, or one of their people gonna come get you. So that's the code I was raised up on. And if we still had that code, you would see less of this punk, what I call fuck boy, fuck girl shit. So no, that's what's up, and we can't change it, because that's what the problem is. And if more people of color realize that, you wouldn't have to be in oppression. You in oppression because you keep on letting yourself get smacked around, and you don't stand up for yourself. Like I said, I had a call today where somebody was just being an asshole, talking all just crazy. And I said, put your manager on. Y'all act like I'm new to this. I'm actually true to this. If you knew how many times I've been falsely accused, and you go through it for a while, but once you get to them higher courts, they're really going to look at the information. It's all over. My record is impressive. Go back full over 40 years. Or more than 40 years, I'll put it that way. You understand? So I know how we're going to go, but sometimes we can't play these games because it's immediate needs. You just can't come up with all kind of crazy rules and keep fucking somebody over based on a false accusation. So I don't know how long she's been in jail. But one thing, she went in jail real beautiful, and she got rid of her beauty in jail. Because she said, the females was just all on her. So she said, I'm in trouble because I was real beautiful. This is what she says. You can watch her movie. Her documentary is on YouTube. She said, I'm in trouble because I was real beautiful. That she said, I don't want to be beautiful in prison. So she really went out of her way not to be beautiful no more. So I would say this about anybody, because you don't take a young person who made a mistake and just lock them up forever. That's just silly. And they only do it to minorities for the most part. I mean, if you study the records, you will find out they're way worse on minorities. I was going to say something. I've worked in fast food restaurants, and I've gone to restaurants. I've seen, they always had me taking out the garbage because I was always the go-to dude. He'll do it, get him, because I'm not into silly shit. So I was always the cleaner, taking out the garbage, cleaning the bathrooms. I was always doing that. All the rest of these motherfuckers, especially these devils, just standing around. And sometimes, like, the black females would see me working, they would get mad. They'd be like, why you always the one doing it and shit? But I was just I'm here to get this money. I don't give a fuck about these racists. They're not gonna stop me. And I keep on going about my business. But I've never, like, I've seen them send Mexican women out, Mexican teenage girls out to take out garbage and shit, all that. Black people out to take out garbage. I have never seen no white person, no white girl, take out no garbage. Ever. In my whole life. Not saying it never happened. But all the places I used to be, I ain't never see it. So we can keep playing a silly ass game. But the truth of the matter is, this was some BS. And even Rihanna called. The moment they started the Me Too movement, Rihanna said they need to investigate and get this person another trial to see what really went down and blah, blah, blah. And again, you gotta consider everything. If you're really talking about justice and all that, or what you're talking about, you gotta really consider. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but don't just throw the key away and lock it up because it's a person that's considered a minority or an ethnic person. But then Paris Hilton can go to jail and cry, and they open up the jail and let her out. What type of bullshit is that? So we're gonna say what we say. We're gonna do what we do, and we're gonna stand for what we believe in. And like I said, like I try to tell you, if you want to keep it 100, Kanye came up with all these great ideas for Nikes, and when he asked to get his royalties, they said no. Same thing happened to me. I told you I came up with an idea. This country's still making money off my idea. I ain't see no money from that. So that's racism. Thomas More recently sent me a song, and I was wondering why he sent me that song. And I don't know if he knew it or not, but I wrote that song back in the late 70s. That's my music. And it was funny he sent me that song, but I don't know if he know. And I was going to write him back, but sometimes I don't know if he read my shit all the time. I don't know, so I didn't want to send it back and he don't say nothing, because I'm going to be like, why he send a song if he... I'm not saying he wouldn't have, but me and him just go back and forth with shit. So I decided not to, but I don't know if he sent me that song, because that's my beat. I wrote that beat. And like I said, one good attorney, best believe I got the copyright on that joint. So one good attorney, technically speaking, I should see some money. But I don't have time to keep doing all this paperwork and shit, and they're going to keep fucking me over because I'm a black dude. Because I see that shit all the time. You're getting too old for this. Health ain't right. I got somebody else to take care of now. So now I got to just try to weasel through and stay up in prayer and do what I got to do, because that's how crazy it is. But it makes me happy to see she should have a clemency trial, and they should try to work something out, because I think she's been in jail for a minute. I don't know how long. Again, for anybody thinking I'm not saying what's right or wrong. I'm saying they shafted her because she was an ethnic female. And they may have shafted her just because she was beautiful. This was different times. Don't compare those times to our times. It's a different world we live in now. That's why you got the Me Too movement, and you got a whole lot of shit going down that didn't go down back then. But they really went out of their way to lock her up and throw away the key and shit. And it makes me sad, because you could help these people. A lot of them young girls nowadays are being jumped into a gang. It's not they make it act like they joining it. They're not being joined. They are giving an ultimatum. You will join this gang, or we will kill you, or get your family. And then they join it. Once they in, they already got them killing people and shit. Now keep in mind, you old timers might remember Patricia Hearst. She is some rich banker's daughter that got kidnapped by the PLO, and they had her doing crimes and stuff. So as soon as they got her back, the first thing they said, oh, she's not guilty. She was forced into that activity. So everything she did, robbing banks and everything, oh, no, she's not guilty. She was forced in. So if it's okay for little white Patricia Hearst, why ain't it okay for these other young girls, these young people out here? So that's why I say, My heart will always be with those who going through shit. And sometimes you meet somebody, they done been through some shit and they're going to take that shit out on you. That's how the false accusations start. But that don't mean I'm going to change what I do just because you got a couple of bad apples. I'm still going to do what I do. And I'm glad because I can look back and say, you know what? I could have been like all the rest of these motherfuckers and just lie to these people and keep taking their money. I never did that. So anybody don't understand me, they can kiss my yellow ass. But what I am going to say is this. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're going to keep praying. We're going to keep helping those who are worthy of that help. We're going to keep doing what we do despite it. And we're going to put our trust in God that we won't fail. God bless.